This is day 1. So you can see I'm slightly fluffier, slightly bloated from all like the added nasties, and I have lost a lot of definition. I went out over the weekend and I ate lots and lots and lots of rubbishy, crappy greatness over the weekend, which actually was really needed. I kind of came back from Spain not really ready to go straight back into the gym. I think that was because I was ill, but I'm coming out of it now. So I put out on my Twitter whether you guys wanted to know about my 3-week challenge on here or on my Instagram stories, and 100% of you said on here. So here we are. And this is going to be my vlog telling you guys all about my 3-week challenge. So why 3 weeks, such a random number, especially in the industry, whereas I feel like in the industry I feel like we're completely obsessed with like the numbers 4, 6, 8 and 12. So like you never see someone do like 11 reps in the gym, and you never see someone do like a 3-week challenge. But basically this is just like a 3-week challenge of just to see how much better I can improve in 3 weeks by still applying the same principles that I always have done, which is flexible dieting. Basically I try to go for like 90% of the time I'm really good, and then 10% of the time I have some treats. So I will always have a cheat meal each week, or it might not be a cheat meal, it might be like I might choose to have a chocolate bar randomly on a day, and basically it is if it fits your macros. So I don't live by if it fits your macros. If it fits your macros, if you don't know, is tend to be like the dirtier side of the industry, as in like basically you can eat what you want as long as it fits your macros. I still want to be really, really healthy, but flexible dieting allows for like the chocolate bars and the burgers, that kind of thing, as long as it does fit into your macros. Yes, this 3 weeks you have got it right, is I will be tracking. So for the last few weeks I kind of tracked my main bulk of my food, so like I would track my meats to make sure I'm hitting my protein, and then like my veggies and stuff like that I don't track. I'm gonna be doing it like that, so I won't be tracking to the point every single day, but I will have some kind of guide. So what do I mean by tracking is it's basically my calories. So I don't really track my carbs and my fats, but I do make sure I hit my protein goal, and I do make sure I hit my calorie goal. On my rest days I'm reducing my calories by 200 calories. On my leg days I'm increasing them by 200 calories, and then the rest of the days are just kind of like my normal maintenance calories. My normal cutting calories, so they're just slightly less than maintenance. I'm not going to tell you about the calories that I'm on, just because I do strongly believe that, well, I know every single person is different, and I think as someone that's on YouTube and things like that, we have a sense of responsibility to ensuring everyone's safe. So I feel like if I shared my calories with you, there's just a slight risk that someone might copy, and that can be quite dangerous. So you could copy and they could be completely wrong calories, and you might not see results, or you might see really drastic results and actually be really, really dangerous. So that is kind of my food, so I'm getting them from Whole Foods and stuff. Anyway, you'll see it documented. I'm going to try and document it as much as I can. So I'm going to have 3 meals a day, probably around 3 snacks. I always have a half 11 snack, always have a like half full pre-workout snack, and I tend to have one before bed. It all depends on like my calories for the rest of the day and how much I've been eating. So yeah, what else am I going to do in the next 3 weeks? I'm going to try to reduce, because I've got such a sweet tooth, but try to reduce my sugar intake. So I don't know about you guys, but the more sweet stuff, whether it's just fruit or whatever, but the more sweet stuff I eat, the more I want it. So I'm going to try to reduce my intake of sugar and try to opt for more like high fat snacks, high protein snacks. I'll do a breakdown of everything, so I'm going to do a breakdown of this next week. So I know it's funny that I'm starting on a Tuesday, but I will give you a breakdown of what is happening, and I will do a what I eat in a day tomorrow. However, I've got clients to get to now. Hello! So I can kind of explain. I was meant to do a what I ate in a day and film my data croyd, which is obviously what I said before, and I didn't. I mean, I don't even have a good excuse. I just didn't. Like, life just happened. And I was meant to start on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday I did train actually, but kind of like half-heartedly. I did eat really well, but then Wednesday, I kind of half-heartedly trained, and then I just had a big binge day with all my family. We went surfing and we went walking, and then on Thursday, yesterday, I had a really busy day and I just wasn't really feeling it. But I did eat really well yesterday, and I've had a big, like, what's the word? Revolution? Potentially, that's the right word, in my diet. And this is what makes it so exciting, that this 3-week challenge is no longer just one of those crappy things that I'm trying to get myself in the gym. I'm trying to pretend that I'm doing something new when actually I'm probably just doing everything that I've normally done. Now I actually have something really exciting to share with you guys. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you might know that I bloat very easily. Really sure what foods made me bloat, but I never really knew like the exact reason. Oh, whey protein sometimes played a part with me. Anyway, so I then paid £65, which isn't a lot, which is compared to some. Sent off a lock of my hair, which I will put in because I actually vlogged that day and never actually put it up. So I'll put in that clip of that day sending. Anyway, now. So it is 10 o'clock. I need to pop into town because I need to. So this food intolerance test was just one from Groupon. I don't know how like amazing it is, but I'm gonna do it because I think it's worth a try. So I need to cut off some of my hair and then wrap it in cling film and then send it off. So I'm gonna go do that now. Home. So I'm going down now and enclose the hair sample cling film. Make sure the hair is fully enclosed and no hair is sticking out. If the hair is not fully enclosed, we may need a new sample. Mate, that is fully enclosed. I had to do a 7-day diary, but obviously I'll track. So, and I have to do a questionnaire, so. So I have done my questionnaire, but I'm bloated again, and do you know what? Part of me still, it's just sore and it's like rock hard here, and I like, do you know what I mean? So I have got my envelope, my hair's in there, my health questionnaire, and so is my food diary, and now I'm going down to the post office to post it. I'm home, I'm back from the post office and doing my food intolerance test. So yeah, that happened, and I waited for my results to come back, and it's been over a month now, back yesterday, and told me which foods made me imbalanced. I'm not texting, guys, I'm trying to get my results up. I always wondered whether whey protein actually sits right with me. Well, whey protein's dairy, it's from cow's milk, and actually that's the one thing. So that call, where are we? So it scored 74. I'm guessing it's out of 100, but basically it like showed up as red, and that means like really stressed, and cow's milk is one of them. So that means that it sends my body all off balance, which would explain the bloating and the like digestion. So I'm going to take it out my diet. Obviously I'm not going to die on dairy, otherwise I would 100% be dead now. So although I'm going to try to take the main bulk out of my diet, if I want to have like some ice cream or whatever, I'm still going to obviously have it because it doesn't kill me, otherwise I'm the walking dead. What else came up? So another thing that was stressed was peanuts. So peanuts make me unbalanced. I eat the shit out of peanut butter. So I have swapped to almond butter. Sunflower seeds, I don't really eat those anyway. Tuna, who knew, eh? I didn't know because I don't eat tuna. Cashews, don't really eat those anyway. Carbonated drinks, that scored very high at 60. That's very stressed. Oh yeah, so If you're on my Instagram, you'll see in like all of my fruit bowls and stuff, there's always red grapes in there. That's because as a family, we probably buy about 3 punnets of red grapes a week. And I would say I eat 90% of them. Every time I walk past that fridge, I open it and I take out some grapes. Every single time. Well, guess what fruit makes me imbalanced? Red grapes. And gluten and wheat, it came up, but it was weakened, so like it still causes some imbalance, but it's not that important. So this next 3 weeks isn't just about getting back into it, but it is about changing my diet for more health, which I'm really excited about. Sat down with my gym manager, and he's like my go-to guy. He's that guy that I go to for reassurance with my training. In that I really enjoyed my time in Spain because it was the first holiday I felt that I looked in the mirror and I put on any single clothes and I felt comfortable. However, I did feel like I was little bit too lean. So his advice was, okay, let's increase your calories a bit more and let's increase your carbs. That's part of nutrition. I was meant to be talking about training. I'm going to be training legs 3 times a week. What else am I doing? I'm only doing upper body once a week, so that takes me up to 4 workouts, and then I'm going to do a hip workout, so I'm going to be training 5 times a week, and those are kind of my breakdowns. What else? Oh yeah, I've got some other goals. So I'm going to be training abs every single day, even on my rest days. They're only going to be like little, like 5 to 10 minute circuits each, but that's something I really, really want to focus on. And I'm going to do glute activation exercises every single day, but not on my rest days. I'm going to do those on my upper body days and my hip days. And that is actually inspired by Grace Fit. She was basically saying that she's going to activate her glutes every single day because, you know, if you want to be good at something, then you need to practice it a lot. So that is what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do it on my rest days because obviously I'm training legs 3 times a week, so I need to give these bad boys a break. It's happening for my 2.5 weeks, and I'm excited to see the changes. I really hope that I'm not as bloated, I don't get as many spots and things like this. I think this could be a really good eye-opener for me. I do think it's a really good like base for me to work on. I will put all the links to the intolerance test that I did down below as well, for you guys to have a look. So yeah, check out Clo, the lacto-free and peanut-free and red grape-free. I've just made mum go out and buy a shit ton of raspberries and strawberries to make up for me not being able to eat red grapes, and almond butter and a shit ton of that Alpro stuff. Actually, that's a question I've got for you guys and for anyone that's watching this. That is you guys. Can anyone help me with, I've done a bit of research on it and I'm still really confused by it, but how does soya affect you? So obviously I'm now having to look for different dairy alternatives, so soya yogurts. I really want to find like a really nice almond milk yogurt and coconut yogurt. How does your bodies as women deal with soya? Because there is some research that say that it plays about with your hormones. So I want to know, can you guys take soya and are you okay on it, or I want to hear from those of you that it does play with your bodies. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, or on Instagram, which I'll put here, or on Twitter, which I'll put here, or on Facebook, which I'll put here, or drop me an email, which I won't put anywhere, I'll just leave that down in the comments. But thank you guys for tuning in again. If you haven't seen it already, please go back and look at my top 5 tips on getting lean. And next week you have got a video of me back in Spain. I've just realised, look at the top I'm wearing. I love this sports bra, don't I? I'm wearing this in my last video, and I'm also wearing this in my next video. Well, would you look at that? And next week you have got my top tips on how to stay motivated. So yeah, thanks again for staying with me and watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any advice on how to on making that turn of going from eating dairy to non-dairy, then please let me know, because I need all the help I can get. And I'm looking forward to updating you guys on this new nutritional venture. Anyway, bye!